To start a
Known
Sunday
for sharing
morning.
what you love.
Oh no, I hit my mouse. Please forgive me if I knock myself out of my StreamYard. That seems to have become a habit of mine. Okay, the priorities. Okay, so we're going to try to do this. Now, I'm going to commentate on Angelo's live. It was a members only live. So I'm a commentary channel and I give my opinion. So I will be stopping it to give my opinion. Hey, Lisa. Holy moly. Did you guys see that interview that Ernie had with Mary? Mary. I like Mary. She's got my name. You know, every Mary's kind of cool in some way, right? Eve, it is good to see you, darling, on this Sunday morning. Okay, I was typing so fast in not Angelo, in DJ's chat last night. I almost just gave up. I just had too much to say. Angela, not Angelo. Everyone, I don't do members only. What does that mean? I didn't mean you, Angelo. I'm sorry. That's why I said Angelo and I stopped myself. That's why it came out as Angela, not Angelo. Luna. Thank you all for being here. Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel on this one. So, okay. I guess Ernie thought that he was going to, I don't know what the fuck he thought. I said fuck already. Okay, so it's weird, right? I am not trying to get you in trouble. Lightning Viper, I promise I'm not trying to get you in trouble. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm a commentary channel. I give my opinion. You never know what direction that we are going to take over here. You just don't. Okay, so we're going to listen to it. We're going to listen, okay? And don't be mad at me, DeGen. And the link is in the description. Please go over, give DeGen a sub, become a member. Yeah, DeGen's got some pretty good stuff. Okay, here we go. Please dress your words up in chat. You know, police yourself. It is Sunday. Carrie's relaxing today. All right, here we go, you guys.
Potato chips in place of like breadcrumbs or stuff like that. But yeah, it's the potato chip.
All right. So we had talked. We got to meet each other and talk.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Y'all got to meet each other. Wonder what that was like.
To each other a little bit, not much, because you was having a couple things with your physical therapy, correct?
Yeah, yeah. My
You were talking to Ernie while you had your physical therapist there. Thank you, Luna. That is so sweet. Let me give you. Let me hit that store there. I could imagine what that conversation was like. Did Ernie spend your whole physical therapy session telling you all his credentials? Oh, Mr. A. No, I'm going over Mary, Dawn's sister.
For some reason, my hips are starting to deteriorate. So
mine too. My fucking hips are really bad.
So it's getting kind of hard to walk. So it's kind of scaring me a little bit. So hopefully this physical therapy will help. I'm hoping.
Well, sometimes you got to get that old hip replacement.
Thank you, Chillbilly. Thank you, Chillbilly.
Oh, Chillbilly.
Okay, so
did Chillbilly sleep with Candace? I am just asking. I heard it through the grapevine, right? I've always imagined talking with Ernie in person was akin to the outhouse that is in the desert that hasn't been cleaned for 40 years.
With that and everything, I'm on a mission. I'm
on a mission. I am on a mission, people. Watch out.
on a mission right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing everything we can.
I know he dated Jinkies, but they're trying to say he did Candace too, Carrie. That's what they're saying. I was just asking.
The Morrison Cemetery.
Oh, Lord.
That's a big interest spot for us.
Then fucking go there, Ernie. You have spent 2 fucking weeks on YouTube talking about the cemetery. It's called Get Off Your Fucking Ass, get off YouTube, and go to the cemetery. It's like he's wanting somebody to be like, ring, ring, ring. Ernie. Yep, she's at the cemetery. She is. What the fuck? Go and find out, dude. For real. Oh, God, there's Lisa. Jesus, take the wheel.
Big, that right there is a big interest for us.
Yeah.
Then go there.
Now,
Skunk said Ernie's like the Blues Brother on a mission from God.
Obviously, you're kin to Don Whale, correct?
Yeah. Well, I'm his stepsister, and I've known him since I was like 5.
5.
Mary's mother was Don's babysitter. Okay? Don's babysitter. Don's dad fell in love with the babysitter. He's setting the scene so when he doesn't follow through, he can, as usual, blame others. Very good perception, Carrie.
Years old.
Yeah.
Now, if I was to ask you, and I don't know.
That gets me. If I was to ask you, why don't you just fucking ask? What does that mean, people? What does that mean? If I was to ask you, how about you just ask?
I don't know if you've ever been asked this question before, but what kind of person is Don Wells?
Oh my God, no, Ernie, she's never been asked that before. Out of 5 years, you're the first person to ever ask her that. Lord have mercy. You know what, Lisa? That's on them. If that man's family exhume his remains, if they get a court order to exhume that man's remains, that's on them. That is on them. That is a them problem, right?
I don't know. He's very, very deceiving.
Oh, Dawn is deceiving. You know what? We can say that. I think, this is the thing. For some reason, I think we kind of know Don Wells better than his stepsister at this point. I'm just saying.
That's my take on him. He's
take on me.
I don't know. In my opinion, he lies a lot.
Well, that's my opinion too, Mary.
He's not honest.
That's my opinion too, girl.
I don't know. He's like sneaky.
Ernie, your ass talked to Don many times. Luna Lily. Ernie talked to Don many times.
About things that he does. Tries to get around.
Yeah, he tried to get around all right. We heard all about his little quest, right? He was getting around all right.
That's the.
Oh, I sound like a bitch, don't I? I'm sorry. I have a resting bitch voice. Blame it on the resting bitch voice.
Persona he gives to me.
the persona he gives to you. Well, from what I remember, what happened was Mary was contacting Dawn and recording their conversations, and Chris McDonough was telling Mary how to elevate Dawn's personality, let's say, right? Yeah, he's a panty thief. Oh, yeah, don't forget the panty thief. You know what? Dawn is a panty thief, and Ernie is a shorts thief. I never put that together before. Dawn is a panty thief. Ernie, allegedly, I'll say, had some shorts that belonged to a child. Am I wrong, people? Am I wrong? Hey, I say it so you guys don't have to. Okay? I do. I will say it for you.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's a very good person, in my opinion.
None of us do, babe.
But
So have there been times that you may have witnessed something that he's done that was just be like, I can't believe this happened?
Really? Oh, I forgot. Ernie wants to hear about the dog diddle and shit.
oh yeah, there's been a few times. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Like what would be one of those times that, like something that he would have done, and like automatically you'd be like, oh my God, what the hell? Something like that would give you that expression. Or to say,
Well, there was one time when his first son that was born, I believe.
Why wouldn't she go directly, right? Why wouldn't she immediately go to him and his buddies tried to SA me? Why wouldn't that be the first thought on her mind? And yes, Mary's a victim. I am, I don't want to sound like a bitch, okay?
He was born in December of '86. Little Donnie, he had thought that he had lost him. We were all at my mom's house. It was Thanksgiving Day, and everybody was there. And Pam, apparently Donnie had thought Pam had left the baby with him. Little Donnie was just like,
whose fucking dog is that? It sounds like, Mary, your dog wants to eat Ernie because it wasn't in the script. Oh.
Maybe 6 months old.
Now, see, that story changed. This story has changed. Okay? Because Remain Calm remembers. Now it's Donnie thought Pam had the child, and Pam thought Donnie had the child. Right? It's Ernie's, remember? He's part dog. Oh, the werewolf. Oh, thank you for reminding me.
At the time, and she left and went to the store or something. And anyways, Donnie had went out and was getting high out in the driveway, and he came back in and he kept looking. He's like, have you seen little Donnie? And we're like, no. And he's like, oh my God, I lost him. And I was like, what?
Wait, this is a new story. This isn't the story I was thinking of. Yeah, Mary, you was holding out.
Everybody in the house were like, what?
You all, wait. You all were in that house. You all were in that house. And Don's like, where's my son?
You lost the baby? And he's like, yeah, I can't find him. And so that was one big time that we were like, oh my God, what's going on? But then Pam came back, and she had little Donnie with her.
Wow, this is a new one. Whoop, whoop. That cash app must have been over the top. Oh, Renee Marie. She doesn't have her monetization anymore, right? I am Sabotage, Chica. Thank you for asking. Jaded. Ernie is no werewolf, has a mutt. Oh. Well, it doesn't sound like it likes him too much. I'm just saying.
There the whole time. So
Oh wow. So he pretty much just kind of like, wow.
So they were saying, WTF. They're all in the fucking house. Did anybody get up to go look for the baby? I'm just asking.
Oh, wow. Well, so let me ask you, what was it like
Now, all them people in the house, and they did not see Pam Wells leave with her baby.
growing up and growing up around him?
you know, back in the day when we were like teenagers and we went to school together, we had the same classes together. We hung out quite a bit. We were always into skipping school, you know, going out behind the school.
Oh, oh, okay. Well, everybody did that. What is exciting about that? I skipped school. My thing was I left the school property. I didn't stay there.
Going other places instead of going to school, you know. And I mean,
Mary, I was kind of wondering why you didn't tell Ernie about Dawn talking about, I'll say, your loved one that you were really close with and him SAing a minor girl. I'm just wondering, did you know that, Ernie? Man, Ernie would have loved that story.
growing up, he was, you know, he was okay. But he was always,
What do you mean he was okay? Him and his friends, you said SA'd you, tried to SA you. You said he piddled the dog. Your other sister said that at 12, Dawn was 12, she was 5. Dawn admitted to it.
when he had moved into the house when he was 12 years old, when he had actually moved into the house with my mom and his dad, because our dad got custody of him at the age of 12.
Yeah, because you said before that Dawn's stepdad wasn't a nice guy to him, right?
You know, when I really started seeing,
This has went way left field, I'm telling you. This was not the direction I was going. That's why I say, hold on. We make very fast left turns and right turns over here. I'm just saying.
how he was and the way he acted. He would really act really weird when he would smoke weed. He
Oh,
was, I don't know, it's like it done something to him. Like it turned him into like a zombie or something. He would get
okay.
really, really quiet. He wouldn't say anything to anybody. He would just sit.
Well, hell, I would have been giving his ass more fucking marijuana then. I'd have been buying that shit all day long for him. For real.
There. It's like he didn't even hear you or anything, you know. I don't know. It was like he was in his own little world. So, but then, you know, he started getting into, you know, harsher drugs and,
Yes, he did.
you know,
Me
breaking into
too.
people's houses.
Me too, Renee Marie. Well, it doesn't do that to me. Okay. I'm just saying.
And stealing stuff and all that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it was kind of
They
hard growing up
probably
around him, but you know, I mean, and all us other kids.
It's called stoned. It's called being high, Mary, damn it. I was watching from the bushes. There was someone in chat asked if she was the sister that Dawn boned. Oh, no way, skunk. No way. That is disrespectful. Oh my gosh. Ernie probably ate that shit up.
Kids, we were kind of walking on eggshells all the time around him because his dad, it was our dad, but it was really hard because, our
What?
dad always protected him.
Yes, he did.
So it was really, really.
That is what was said. Don's dad was very protective over Don. But wasn't Don the only boy in the family, I think? I don't think he had another brother. He had all sisters.
Really hard that way also, growing up. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. And I know that I could sit here and come up with 100 questions, and I don't want to do that to you. I don't
No, you fucking couldn't, Ernie. You have everybody else asking the questions.
want to put you through that.
yeah.
I'm really, really involved in this case.
Excuse me while I throw up.
And what I'm seeing now is a timeline that makes no sense from the beginning.
It took you 5 years to fucking figure that out. A timeline that makes no sense from the beginning.
I don't believe it makes any sense at all.
No
There's
shit.
too much to it. There's too many additional additives to it.
No. The additional additives are added by everybody else. Right? That is fucking. He is so weird. This don't have anything to do with digging at the grave. Well, it has to do with the cha-ching, cha-ching. That's what it's got to do with.
Right.
And there's too much of, oh, I said this, I said that, and knowing exactly what they said and the time and place that they said it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is called word salad.
So as an investigator, we're trained to catch that. We're trained to catch that. And
I'm trying to catch a lot of shit that you said, Ernie. I can show where Ernie came to my channel and groomed me. He tried to groom Remain Calm. And it didn't work. And when it didn't work, he didn't like me anymore. What kind of predator is that, damn it?
I think Chris McDonough done a great job with that.
Chris, public service announcement. Chris McDonough, Ernie wants to be a part of your team now.
Not turning it around. And he talked about perception. And perception is something I believe heavily in. Perception
I got a lot of perception. I percept your ass for sure.
is reality. What you perceive somebody as is reality until you can prove it otherwise, correct?
Right.
Now, with that being said, now I believe on the day Summer went missing, let's just say this. Let's just kind of cut to it. On the day Summer went missing,
I'm not bothering you.
what happened? What do you
Who said I'm not bothering you? Who said I'm not bothering you? Who was that? I'm scared now. Who's in the background? I understand you, Renee Marie.
think happened?
Well, I mean, obviously I wasn't there, but on the day that she went missing, is how I found out. It was around, 8:00 that night. I had went to my mom's, and as soon as I walked through the door,
So now she's given a time on it, right? That's right, Bird. Run, Chris, run. So now she's specifying a time, right? Somebody at Mary's house? I don't know, that girl. Now she's specifying a time. I don't remember her ever stating a time. But then again, you guys, honestly, I got to the point where I didn't listen to what Mary had to say anymore because, along with everybody else, she watched YouTube and, so.
my mom kind of met me in the hallway there, and she's like, "Shh, your dad's
Hey,
on the phone." And
Regina.
I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" And she said, "Well, he's on the phone with Donnie."
So she's saying now she's putting at 8 o'clock that night, the night Summer went missing, Don called his dad at 8 o'clock. That is what she's saying.
His daughter's missing. And I was like, his daughter? I didn't know he had a daughter.
Bingo. Mary never knew Don had a daughter. She didn't.
And she said, yeah, and she's missing. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that was the very first time that I heard about it. You know, Donnie had called, you know, our dad and was on the phone with him and was telling him about this. So, yeah, so I don't know myself.
That's right.
Myself,
Fred.
I really do think that Donnie's the one. I mean, I think they're both involved, but Donnie's, I don't know. When I very first heard about it, the first thing that went through my mind was it was Donnie. It was.
So at 8 o'clock that night, Don calls his dad. Says, Dad, my summer's missing. My daughter's missing. The love of my life. Nobody ever loved me like she did. Nobody ever loved me in my heart like that little girl did. Oh, and Dad, by the way, you don't know Candace, but hey, Candace put her down the septic system. And let me tell you guys something. Law enforcement checked all that shit, okay? Yeah, I mean, yeah, people look at it that way, Regina.
It was Donnie, you know.
So, what time did he call his dad? Or so, what time was the phone call? Can you remember what time the phone call was?
I got to my mom's house. It was around 8 o'clock, maybe about 10 after 8, our time on the 15th. So there at Donnie's house, it would have been what, 10? Because I believe Tennessee is 2.
So Don calls his dad at 10 o'clock at night. It was 8 o'clock Utah time, 10 o'clock, Tennessee time, right?
2 hours time difference.
Okay. So 2 hours time limit. And you said it was what time at your place? Because I think you are 2 hours.
It was about 8 o'clock, about 10 after 8 or so when I got to my mom's. And Donnie had just barely called my dad, probably 5 minutes prior to that.
Hmm.
So
So now she can even say what time Don called. She walks in the house and Dad's on the phone with Don, says Summer's missing. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't blame him for not liking Don, right? Said he had a confession from Hunter's friend. What does Hunter's friend have to do with shit, Renee? He wasn't there. How are you going to get a confession from somebody who wasn't there? For real.
Someone in chat said something about Don Wells had attacked a family pet or something like that.
Here you go.
yeah. We had a little poodle, a dog, and I had came home. Donnie was the only one that was home, and I found him in actually my bedroom that I shared with my other sisters, and sitting on the bed with our dog, and it wasn't a pretty sight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ew. That's disgusting. Don the dog diddler. Can't he be charged with that? No, Ernie wasn't going to leave that out. Ernie loves hearing about those disgusting things. Remember when they were talking about Mark's junk And Ernie, and all them girls up there fighting, and Ernie was like, "Let's talk about Mark."
It wasn't a good thing at all.
Why didn't you call the law? Why didn't you call animal protection? Ugh.
Oh wow. So he was there a reason that he may have got mad at the animal or something like that, or just
No, he was basically sexually attacking the dog.
Oh, trigger warning. Trigger warning, Mary. You never called anybody? You didn't call animal protection? Did you tell your dad? Did you tell your mom? Did you go in there and take that poodle and slap the shit out of him? Inquiring minds want to know, damn it.
wait a minute? Whoa.
Oh, that just pisses me off. I would have beat the fuck out of somebody doing that nasty shit. I would have. Trigger warning. I do not incite violence over here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. So,
Holy hell.
and I just looked at him and I was just like, oh my God,
What?
what the hell are you freaking doing? You know? And he just stood there and he just looked at me like he looked when he was all high. So I know he was high on something, you know? And I just grabbed our dog and I, ran out of the bedroom and I was pissed. And
Oh, she saved the dog. Hallelujah. Oh, evil ghosted. Hey, I have been the queen of the no-see-em community. I have been watching you. I've been watching you, evil ghosted. For real. You guys check out Evil Ghosted if you ever get a chance. I love going over there. I laugh. They make me laugh over there. They do. And they make me blush sometimes too. I gotta admit it. Gary, can you grab his link? For real? In Angelo's? Or I'll pop over and grab him. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you to work today, Carrie.
I just told him, get the hell out of here, I don't know what the hell.
I would have beat the holy fuck out of him. I would have been a fucking Tasmanian devil on his ass. I'm just saying.
All he was doing, but
Now how? Whoa. Now what kind of? Oh, how old was Don at this time?
oh God, how old was he? Oh, shoot. 15, 16.
15 or 16? What the fuck, Mary? I'm glad you saved the poodle. Why didn't you fucking call somebody? Thank you, Carrie, darling. I appreciate you, girl.
Years old at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was the last? Okay, so when was the last time that you were together or around Don Wells? What age are we talking about? Well, I mean, like, when was the actual split up?
I have a question. So what are we getting out here? Ernie trying to prove that Don Wells did something to his daughter? Right? I mean, right? Hey, Ellie May. Right?
Up and where you hadn't seen him in a while or whatever with that?
Well, he left here in 97.
97.
Yes.
How old was Don when he left there in 97?
And he went to, as far as I know, he went to Tennessee, I believe. Could have been Arkansas. But yeah, he went to Tennessee.
See, she had no contact with Don. When Don left there, he never went back. And I don't know if he went to Tennessee, then Arkansas, but Don ended up in Arkansas, right? That's the link to one of these. Okay, thank you, Carrie. Thank you, darling.
Tennessee, I believe, to live with his mom, and that was in '87. So,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Tiffany said Ernie, he also stole the meds from the vet to get high.
Yes, he did. Yes, when
Wait,
he
wait,
was
what?
probably about 17, 18 years old.
Where did that shit come from? Don, did you steal horse tranquilizers? How the fuck do you steal something from a vet like that? Inquiring minds want to know. What?
He had right up the road from my mom's house is a vet clinic that he had broken into, and he stole what's it called? Ketamine or something. It's for horses.
Okay. Okay. Ketamine. I've heard of that.
Did they give ketamine to horses? Did vets give horses ketamine? Yes. It acts as a fast-acting dissociative general anesthetic to render horses unconscious and unresponsive. Damn, how much that shit he take? I thought they use ketamine now for PTSD and stuff, don't they? Wow.
We
Yeah.
actually have a horse expert in here right now.
Uh-huh.
Katie, is it ketamine that horses have or take or whatever? What is the effect of that? Let me see. See if Katie's in here.
A horse expert.
Katie's a horse expert. I mean for ketamine's for a horse. Okay, thank you, Tiffany. I don't know much about the horses and stuff.
Google it.
Ketamine.
Weirdo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm not sure.
So let me ask you a question. Was you ever involved? Was you ever involved in calling the TBI on Don Wells' behavior?
Yeah, well, I called them twice, and my sister Jeannie had called them once, and I believe my niece Trish had called them once also.
Wow. And was this on regards to Summer Wells?
Yeah, because Donnie had been doing that stuff to my sister for 7 freaking years, of her life. And,
Now, your sister at this time that this was happening, what age were we talking about?
well, it started when Donnie moved into the house when he was 12 years old. My sister was only 5. So,
wow.
And yes, we have all heard Don Wells say that she was 5 years old. Yes, Summer Wells awareness. I am very in tune to you just started what your little icon there. So be respectful in my chat and you're welcome to stay. I don't need any trolls in here. So I will leave that up to you. Don said Jeannie was 5, he was 12, and that Jeannie made him do it, right? That is sick shit. Okay? That is sick shit. Ernest thinks I am Don Wells and anyone else. Well, I don't know who you are, but as long as you're respectful in my chat, I don't care. For sure.
And it lasted for 7 years.
So pretty much you updated TBI on like a genealogy history of who they're dealing with.
It's a genealogy. Genealogy, not a generology. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just thought that they should know about what had happened in the past and, what he had done.
This is what gets me. Ernie had every opportunity to get to know Don Wells. He spoke with him many times. Okay. Ernie was the one who was fucking shady. Ernie was the one shady. Hey, Bomber Cat.
And to her for 7 years, and we just figured that he had been doing the same thing to Summer. You know, I mean, we look at pictures of Summer and stuff, and I'm sorry, but that was a sexually abused little girl. You know, I've been through it. My sister.
We seen some pictures where Summer didn't look real good, but there were a lot of pictures that you were looking at. It didn't look to me like all of those pictures, Summer, that was happening with Summer. Okay? Let me say this. How do you look at a picture and automatically decide that a child is being SA'd? Right? Ernie's Ernie. Ernie's Ernie. He's an asshole. I mean, other people do it.
Sister's been through it. We know the signs. I could just, you know, see it in her, you know.
We know the signs. I could see it in her. She never once laid eyes on Summer. She didn't even know about Summer. Not at all.
You know? And so, yeah, we just thought TBI should know.
Wow. My God. So
Yeah.
it's been stated allegedly that CPS, DCS, I don't know how, I think there's DCS in Tennessee, was coming to possibly examine maybe Summer the day.
What? Are you fucking kidding me, Ernie? Come on. Nowhere. I don't even like fucking Don Wells. I don't like the guy. He's fucking creepy. He's creepy and weird. I have my own opinions of him, Andrea, but where did you fucking hear that shit? Ugh. It makes for a bigger story, right? I can see her saying suspected due to past behavior, but none of them in Utah had proof. That's right, Lisa. No one had any freaking proof. None whatsoever. You know, we don't have any proof of fucking nothing. We have no proof of anything. There wasn't any claims of him doing things with his daughter with Pam Wells. Not that I know of, Bird. Except for, and yeah. I don't know. I put Pam Wells to the side, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Pam Wells, she spoke to, I think, a news reporter one time, said something about Summer called her grandma. The rest of what people kept saying Pam Wells said didn't fucking mean anything. Didn't fucking mean anything. You know, personally, I don't give a shit that Candace was freaking, hey, Mr. Nobody, I didn't see you, but hey, you know, Candace goes to Pam and Dawn's and she's homeless and, you know, she starts diddling with Dawn the diddler. You know, they leave there and start having babies and, you know, this is what came of it. Well, I mean, look, that is what people do, Summer's well awareness. That is what people do. Of course he's going to drop his thingy dingy. The only reason I even have this is because I'm a member of DeGens. And hopefully I don't get anybody in trouble. Do not hate me, DeGen. I'm trying to commentate on it. I'll be really upset if I fuck DeGen stuff up. For real. I guess I should have asked. I was just my senses were just through the roof. Hey, RJ.
After she went missing.
Right.
Did you? So that right there is really, when you put a timeline together of things and how it's lining out, and then
Mhm.
you see the things that are ahead for the future,
Yeah.
then that automatically puts like a thing of interest saying like, hey, we got to do something. We got a dead end coming here.
Look, many people who really give a shit have put a timeline together. I've got a timeline together of that day. Someone else has a timeline of Fred's shit. I think Benny put together a really good timeline. There were a lot of people who spent a lot of their time trying to assess and make a timeline. Okay. And guess what? We still don't know what happened to Summer. Public service announcement. We still don't know what happened to Summer. Okay.
And if we hit that dead end, everybody pretty much goes down that is involved with hurting or harming that child, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So after Summer went missing, have you had any words with Don or anything? Have you talked to him?
Well, yeah, I got him on tape. I recorded our conversations right
Chris
after
McDonough.
about a month after she went missing. I started
Chris
recording our
McDonough.
conversations with him.
For Chris McDonough.
So yeah, I have about.
Mary was calling Dawn, acting like she was this concerned stepsister. The whole time she was being shady.
8 or 10, maybe 12 recordings.
Damn.
There's a couple that haven't been released. There's a few that Chris McDonough released, but we still have some that haven't been released to anybody.
Hold on, I have myself muted. Here we go. Next thing you know, these tapes that haven't been released are going to be released. I'm just saying.
But yeah, so I've talked to him quite a bit.
Wow.
But I haven't in the last. Actually, it's been probably at least a good year since the last time I talked to him.
I keep muting myself. Jesus, quit muting me. I have important things to say. She quit talking to Dawn around the time when Dawn wasn't dicking around with social media anymore, right? Of course they know more. TBI knows more than any of us. What's disgusting is how desperate for attention you must be to have anything to do with Ernie Shell. Him and Dawn are on the same playing level. If you ask me, Ernie might even be a worse person. In your opinion, Momo. Don't forget, in my opinion. But I tend to agree with you. I'm just saying. Yeah. It is crazy. Yeah, TBI, FBI, Hawkins County, they know a lot more than we ever thought about knowing. Okay? More than we ever thought about knowing.
So, in any of those recordings, I know that you send all of them, of course, to law enforcement, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, was there anything like prominent that kind of stuck out that would say, "Oh my God, like this guy is to blame. This guy done it. This guy."
Now, let me say this because I am not a Don Wells fan. I can't stand the dude. But one thing I'm going to say is Don is kind of a disgusting MFer, right? And he would get on these live streams. He would get pissed off. He would say the most outrageous shit, right? And he did that with Mary too. He did that with Mary too. He would say the most outrageous shit.
Or Candace or any, and have you talked to Candace any?
No, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you, because I know you've talked to her a few times. But
Yes, I have.
yeah, and I've always tried to get Donnie. It's like, well, tell her to call me or have her call me, or even I've been talking to him and it's like, well, is Candace there? I want to talk to her. And he would never put her on the phone, or he would say she wasn't there, or Donnie, for some reason.
Why you need to talk to Candace? What's Candace going to say to you, Mary? Inquiring minds want to know.
He would never, ever let me talk to her or
I don't believe that.
anything. So
I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't.
So no matter what, by him not letting you talk to her, did that ever come across your mind as like maybe that's suspicious somewhat?
well, yeah, it was kind of suspicious to me. I mean, from what I heard, Candace didn't even know he had stepsisters.
She sure did after the fact, when y'all talked about him diddling y'all. But the thing about it is, Candace didn't care. How fucked up is that? You find out and your husband admits to fucking diddling a 5-year-old stepsister up until she's 12 years old, and you're okay with it? I'm just saying. I say it so you guys don't have to. You're okay with that? I mean, no.
He never said anything to her or anything like that. So that's kind of suspicious to me,
It ain't to me.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Yeah, she knew the oldest boy, didn't she, Bomber Cat? Because Don went to Utah and stayed there.
Have you ever heard of any kind of rumors or anything that's went on, after you've left Don that would make you say that would lead you in a direction to say that this guy, allegedly may be
Rumors and allegedly, all in the same sentence.
child predator, for example, or maybe a trafficker of some sort?
Oh my gosh. Hey, anybody that interviews Ernie Shell or interviews anybody that knows Ernie, ask them that question. I would love to hear the answer. I'm just saying, allegedly hearsay.
I know there's the hotel in Arkansas. I don't know if you know anything about that, because I just now started understanding about that too.
Yeah, when they were in the hotel in Arkansas.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Do you know anything about that? I mean, what was the?
A little bit. I know that he had went down there to see his daughter Margie, and Candace went with him. I don't
She knows what was on YouTube.
know. I heard there was a lot of suspicious activity going on in their hotel room, stuff like that. But I don't know. I think the cops showed up there one night or something.
Lord, have we talked about that?
And I don't know what went on there. But then Donnie had left. I heard Donnie had left and left Candace with his daughter.
You knew that. You seen that on YouTube. Everybody knew Don left Candace at that freaking motel with his daughter and husband and kids.
Margie in one of the hotel rooms, and I heard that Margie was pretty upset about that.
Candace was upset about it.
I don't know why Donnie ended up doing that. I can't remember.
Wasn't it because his probation officer said, "Get your ass back to Tennessee, Don Wells"? These people are so stupid. If that was true, the police would have been questioning. I don't want to talk about that, Lisa. You know all about that, girl. That is for a different live.
He took off or something for like a week. and then finally went and picked her up, is what I heard.
He did not pick her ass up. People cash out her a lot of money for her to go back to Donnie. I want to go home. Donnie left me. I want to go home. Hell, Daisy was like, stop the cash apps. She's got enough. I mean, hell, who fucking, let me say this. I'm going to do it. I just want to see. Okay, I need money. I need money now. Oh, my cash app is on my banner. Okay, I feel kind of dumb. I need money now. Ding, 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 ding. There ain't no dinging going on here. Bitch made like $400 fucking dollars in like 5 fucking minutes. I do not like what Ernest is doing. I'm making my calls to TBI and lead detective. For what? For what, Summer Wells awareness? For what? What are you going to tell them? Ernie Shell is a piece of shit? TBI, Ernie Shell is a piece of shit? Guess what they're going to tell you? They've already called. People have already called. But, you know, I'm telling you right now, they've already called. They don't need anybody else calling. If it makes you feel better, though, I don't know. I'm just saying. Right? He's not doing anything illegal. Ernie is not doing anything illegal. Right? I agree, 120. I agree.
But yeah, I don't know much about the hotel and stuff.
Ernie doesn't have any evidence. Ernie has no evidence. If you believe that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to tell you. But if it makes you feel better, hey, Lisa Kleckner.
Stuff in Arkansas, but
Right. So
yeah.
supposedly, wasn't there another female in that hotel at the same time they were there that went missing or something?
No, there wasn't. You're getting your story. I know where you're getting that story from PG. There wasn't a woman or her children. I know he doesn't. I'm not saying that. Well, honey, listen to me. Look, Summer Wells Awareness. Please listen to what I'm saying. Hawkins County, TBI, FBI, Homeland Security, they are all very much aware of Ernie. They already know who Ernie is. Over the past 5 years, they probably had 1,000 phone calls about Ernie Shell. I'm just saying. Okay? This is what I say. If Ernie has evidence and finds Summer Wells, I think he better be ready to answer some questions on how he knew where she was. Right? I'm just saying. But I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard she was homeless or something and had like a kid with her or something.
She had a couple kids.
And then she was there and then she wasn't there or something.
Because she did not have the woman and her kids, their time was up at the motel. They could not stay at the motel.
Something. I don't
Thank you,
know.
Tiffany. Thank you. I want to listen to that. I want.
So,
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I know that you're not really a part of anything with that now,
yeah.
and that you I'm pretty much sure you're thankful for getting out of that situation.
What?
Yeah. I had to.
What? What the fuck does that mean? I bet you're glad you got out. Mary wasn't there. How the fuck was she there in that situation? Am I missing something? Jesus, take the wheel.
Withdraw from the case and stuff for a while because it was just like consuming me, you know?
We are all consumed. We are. We are all consumed with finding out where this baby's at. And let me put it this way, rehashing all of this bullshit. That shit has nothing to fucking do with Summer going missing. That was the drama and, the little bullshit that was being put out. None of that helped find Summer. Do you know how many people fucking called law enforcement saying that Dawn and Candace fucking kidnapped that lady? I mean, what the fuck? Interfering. Honey, him and 500,000 other people, sweetie. Him and 500,000 other people have inserted themselves into her case. Okay? All I'm saying, hey, the mouse, all I'm saying is this. If you feel, girl, if it makes you feel better to do it, I am not here to tell you what to do. Okay? I'm not. And like I said, I'm guilty of whatever people want to say I'm guilty of because I'm going over this, right? I'm going over this. So put me in whatever category you want to put me in, right? He said he's had evidence since right after Summer went missing. He made up evidence. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I said, 20.
And yeah, it's really hard when you have a stepbrother who's so deceiving and so, I don't know. You just it's really hard. Yeah, because I just have a feeling that, everybody's saying, well, somebody had to be in that basement to take her.
No,
If
they
that's what
didn't.
happened,
If somebody was in that basement to take that child, could I, in my brain, be like, was Don Wells home? Yeah, that's where my mind goes. I ain't gonna lie about it. Or it had to been somebody that they knew well enough that they let hang out in the basement and watch Girls Gone Wild on the fucking TV, right? I'm just saying.
she went down there. Well, in my opinion, I think Donnie was in that basement. And I think Donnie did something to her, and I think he hurt her, and I think he took her. And then I think he went back to his job site or whatever after he done what he did with her.
Hallelujah.
And that's when he told Candace, frickin' call him. And I think that's what happened myself, But there's some.
He told Candace to call him. What do you mean he told Candace to call him? I ain't never heard that. He told Candace to call him?
So many scenarios.
Many, many.
Wow. So let me ask you a question. This is something that's always, this new thing.
Why do you have to ask her to ask you a question? You're fucking questioning her. You don't have to say, let me ask you a question. I know. I'm not aware of other people saying they had evidence in her case. Oh, no, you're not upsetting me. Honey, you are not upsetting me. I just want you to understand that, this has been You know. I mean, you follow Summer's case, right? I understand what you're saying, but many of us here are trying to give you some pertinent information before you make that final judgment on whether to call TBI on Ernie Shell. Okay? Thank you, Carrie. He's been saying and doing this for years. For sure. Cinnamon girl.
Thing that I come up with. Is it possible? Is it possible that Don
Anything's
Wells
possible.
was out of the area there at the time? Something happened at the swimming hole.
No,
I say Grandis and Candace had to put Summer in the back of that vehicle
no,
away from everybody, just in case, just to cover their,
no,
just to lay them in the floorboard, lay Summer in the floorboard,
no,
to change her.
no,
After they changed her,
no,
could they have drove back up,
no,
done all the things they said? That way they were on camera and everything, do all that,
no.
go back. Summer never get out of the vehicle. This is what the hard
He
part
never
is.
did get
Yeah.
out.
Summer never get out of the vehicle. Candace do what she needs to do, get in the vehicle, and then meet Don somewhere out of
Yeah.
the way, hand Summer off, and then that. Could that be?
That's a lot of fucking work. That's a lot of fucking work right there. I don't think that's what happened. I kind of go with, and this is just me and how I feel, right? Hang on, you guys. I got to get my Cash App and stuff off there. It drives me crazy if I start really talking about Summer's case and my Cash App and stuff's up there. Let me find Summer's banner. Here we go. I apologize for that, you guys. I never fucking pay any attention, and then if I really start talking about Summer's case, I want it off of there. So that's a lot of work. I don't see them putting in that much work, to be honest. I wondered if I always said I want to know what the fuck Don Wells did that whole day. That whole day. For sure.
Be something that could be. Now, here's the thing. It keeps coming to me that the stuff with the swimming hole. Give me your opinion. Give me your opinion on the swimming hole.
Well, it could have happened that way. Maybe, even I thought maybe something might have happened to her at the swimming hole, and
they were at the freaking she was seen after the fucking swimming hole. Okay? Summer was seen on camera after the swimming hole. Okay? Yep, same thing could be said about you, Ernie. You were in Gatlinburg at the same time Summer was. Not far from where she lived when she went missing.
when they took that picture of her in the back seat by the milk. Now I heard that was on the way home from the swimming hole is when they had taken that video or picture or whatever. But yeah, Ernie, I don't know. Like I said, there's so many scenarios. I just, but and then again, the cops did say that she left twice. She was caught on camera leaving twice from the property. So she could have came home with Grandma and Summer and then left again with Summer to hand her off to Donnie. That could have happened. Yeah,
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Why would Candace do that? I don't even like fucking Candace. Y'all are saying shit that's making me be on the fucking defensive for people I don't like. Why, if it was an accident, why would she hand her off to fucking Dawn? But I will say this. If something like that did transpire, do you think Dawn would have took the fucking heat for Candace. If it was an accident, Candace handed Summer off to Dawn. Do you really think Dawn would have taken her to the hospital and said it was an accident, and instead of my wife bringing her here, she brought her to me, and then I transferred her into my vehicle, and then, but let me tell you this. Guess what the canines did? They searched those vehicles. Not only did law enforcement search those vehicles, cadaver dogs also searched those vehicles. I'm just saying, right?
Okay, so hold on 1 second. Chat, let's not block nobody. Let's just time them out right now. Let's not block them because there's a difference between timing them out and blocking them. Let's just keep.
Oh yeah, there is, Ernie, right? There is. There's a difference between timing somebody out and blocking them. If you time them out, then they want to come back. If you block their asses, then they're not going to come back, right?
Keep it cool because this is very important. Now going back to that about the cops did say that she left twice,
Right.
but none of her
The cops never said. Somebody please tell me where law enforcement said Candace left that hill twice. Somebody fucking tell me. I mean, seriously. How many fucking people I got watching? I don't even know. 70 people. Out of 70 people, somebody tell me where law enforcement, Hawkins County, TBI, FBI, Homeland Security, CIA, I don't care, the President of the United States. Where did law enforcement say that Candace left that hill twice? You know who said it? I'll give you one guess who said it. Where I heard it. Right? I know where I heard it. I heard it from PG. PG's the one that said that. Said she was canoodling on the freaking phone. Thank you, Patty. Good to see you, Patty. Right? I never heard Fred Hill say it. But anyhow, he might have. But that ain't law enforcement. PG said she was canoodling with Dawn on the phone. Candace comes out of the police department, gets in the car. She says Candace is bitching because law enforcement told her, we know you left the hill twice. Now, what exactly does that fucking mean? Left the hill. She got in her mother's truck, and she went down 110 Ben Hill Road, down the hill, and went to look for Summer, right? The only reason people speak about it is because of the gas station lady. Okay? The gas station lady.
Statement that she gave to the TBI or Hawkins County is even close to that. There's nothing even close to that.
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
There's a difference between timing them out and blocking them. Let's just keep it cool because this is very important. Now going back to that about the cops did say that she left twice,
No,
Right.
but none of her statement that she gave to the TBI or Hawkins County is even close to that. There's nothing.
How the fuck would you know the statement that anybody gave to the fucking TBI, Hawkins County, FBI, Homeland Security. How the fuck would you know that? Inquiring mind. See, Ernie, you piss me off because you're making fucking statements that you don't know anything about. Sorry. Sorry I yelled. I am sorry I yelled. Bullshit. Oh. We didn't even hear Lawson. We didn't even hear Lawson himself tell people that the time frame of Summer going missing was, looked at prior. Okay. Lawson didn't say that. Some lady that allegedly worked for Lawson came out on YouTube and said, oh yeah, Ronnie Lawson says, look at the timeline from, what was it, early afternoon? Lawson didn't fucking say that himself. He didn't say that himself.
Isn't even close to that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, so I don't know. Where did that come from? Even in the first place? Did it come from the TBI? Did it come from Donnie?
No.
Who did it actually come from?
Ernie.
That said that she left
and
twice.
his little friend.
You
Right.
know?
So we're, and that's again, we need to double verify that. We need to double, in order to put the correct timeline, what we believe happened in a timeline, because I believe there's a few hours. Now you had mentioned something to me that really.
Yes, we know Summer Wells awareness. Why do you think I'm so fucking feisty about it? We know. Ellie is never. No, they ain't never. Oh, Lord. Don't get me started on Ziggy and her shit.
It stood out to me the last time we had talked. I think you said it on the end of the live at PG's. Something about, I need to check the septic system.
Yeah.
Ernie, shut the fuck up. Law enforcement already checked that shit. And I'm going to tell you something. I want to pull my fucking hair out every time. Every time someone talks about the septic system. Just because they could not flush fucking toilet paper. Lord have mercy. Damn cuntsy. Yeah, we know, Dragon. We know. It's fine. Again, like I said, you guys please go check out Degenerative Lost. Give him a sub. Consider becoming a member. And that's the only reason I have this, because I'm a member. And, don't kill me, Degen. Do not kill the messenger. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I was feisty. Blame it on my feistiness. Okay?
Yeah. I really do think that if anybody could possibly check the septic system, because it's really weird that
Mary, they already fucking did. Let me tell you something. Do you think law enforcement, this shit came out 5 years ago. Do you think law enforcement's been sitting there twiddling their thumbs? Hey, we need to go check that septic system. Yeah, I'll get around to it, Sheriff. I'll get around to it, TBI. Well, let's just sit here. We're too lazy to check that. So, let's just sit here. Maybe one of the other agencies will do it. Shut the fuck up. Ernest will never have the correct timeline. I agree. I agree with what you just said. Whoever you are with the new account. Nobody's going to have the timeline. Nobody. Same with the vile crap she said about Dawn and the dog. It was in chat. They all sudden she remembered the gross story. Yeah, that was pretty gross. There was a woman here where I lived that her ex and her parents put her in a septic tank at the church. Let me say this, Bird. Could it have been possible? Absolutely. But law enforcement already checked it. Right? And let me say this. If Ernie thinks that Don Wells is going to let him on that fucking property, I want to be there. I want to be there when Ernie and his team show up to 110 Ben Hill Road, especially after Ernie was saying that he slept with Don Wells's wife. And Ernie, you were busy talking to Don on the phone a lot, right? Oh, I still have a couple of those phone calls that I don't think are around anymore. But anywho, you were on the phone and la 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 la. Your ass never went to 110 until after Don Wells went to jail. You did not go there. Oh, maybe you did, though. Maybe you did. Did you go up to 110 when they were in Arkansas or when they were taking their little trips? When Candace took off to Georgia? Were you ever up there when no one was at home? I don't know. I'm just asking, right? Oh, yeah, he'll send everybody else.
Donnie had told my dad that he thought Candace had put her in the septic system because that's what my dad told me. And because I was over there one night and he goes, well, I don't trust her. And I said, well, what do you mean you don't trust her? You've never even met her, Dad. And he goes, well, just from what Donnie's been telling me, I think she's the one who done away with that little girl. And I was like,
this is a weird thing. From the beginning, I have always said Dawn very easily was throwing Candace under the bus, right? I have 7 alibis. Candace has none. I always knew something was going to happen on Candace's watch. And that's the first time I heard that. I was like, Dawn, what did you do? What did you do to make happen on Candace's watch to that little girl? He has always thrown Candace under the bus. Right? Ernie and Med the other night, it was them, Predator Hunter Nation, that showed up on the hill acting like the law and scared the shit out of Candace, and she called Mary. Damn, Ernie. What a nice guy you are, right? Yeah, I believe Grandis knows too. I do. I just don't think that she was going to because he's scared of Dawn. Oh, okay, Dragon. Yeah, they're the only ones who know. I mean, really.
well, what's Donnie been saying? And he said, well, Donnie told me that he thinks that she put her in the septic system. And I'm like, oh, okay.
But Dawn didn't tell law enforcement that. 10 o'clock at night, they are still looking for Summer. Don says he believes Candace, but yet he calls his dad and tells his dad, I believe that Candace put her in the septic system. Right? Why wouldn't you tell law enforcement that, Don? Right? That's nothing new, Summer Wells awareness. Do you think that's anything new? All kinds of people had everybody in that holler being looked at. there were people watching people who were watching those people, and other people were watching those people while they were watching the other people. I'm just saying, for real. And don't make me say that again. I don't know if I can.
So, and then on down the line, here we go. Benny goes up there and stays, what, for a couple of days, I'm thinking. Well, I caught him and Bullhorn Betty on a live one night talking about it, because I guess Bullhorn Betty was up there at the house also. And they were talking about not being able to.
I do not ever remember Bullhorn Betty being at 110 Ben Hill Road at the house. They were down on the road, not at the house.
Flush toilet paper or something.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I seen it coming, Jesus. I knew it was coming. Lord have mercy. Please disregard the can't fucking flush toilet paper shit, okay? Disregard that. What good does it do?
Something. And Benny was saying, well, I asked Candace about that. And Candace said, well, no, we can't flush toilet paper down there because we're on a septic system.
Okay.
Well, I've been on a septic system before.
Come the fuck on. I'm sorry. Disregard the flushing of the toilet paper shit. Oh, Okie said Betty was up there. For sure? Yeah, I never seen a bird, but I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of the nonsense. I know she FaceTimed on, but I'm sure Betty got a lot of money for that live, right?
Or, and there's been no problem about putting toilet paper down the toilet. And Benny also said there was a great big garbage can or something in the bathroom where they put the toilet paper.
Okay.
Because they weren't flushing it in the septic system.
Okay.
So something's got to be going on there.
Yeah, no shit. It's called septic problems, but it ain't because there's a little girl in it. Oh.
So no. Now here's what gets me. Now we know the condition of the house and what it looked like, right? I mean,
Josie, she was up there with Olivia, JLR, and Molly, right? When Benny was there, they were down at the bottom of the driveway, right? Okay, Dawn saw her on the road, Lisa Kleckner. But did she go into their house? Did Bullhorn Betty go into Dawn and Candace's house? Did she show herself going into that house? Yeah, she was feeding the dogs. Right. Lord, help us.
I mean, Chris McDonough pretty much body cammed up and went through, and it was a horrible mess.
Yes.
My question is, how, I don't know anything much about the septic system and how you would even get a septic system, someone into a septic system, unless you had to, that would be
or something.
Well, that would be, Lord. That would be that would be something else. That would be something else, and that would be horrific. But we've seen cases now. There's been cases now, but everything in this case seems like we've got to do.
Well, Okie, there were a lot of things that made Bullhorn Betty glow. Okay, she glowed. When she was with Dolly, she was glowing so freaking brightly when she was with JLR or she was with Dolly. I mean, you had to have sunglasses. You had to have sunglasses. It was so bright, it would blind you. Her brightness would blind you. I'm just saying.
Dig it up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Yeah, that's funny, Ernie, right? Because you're going to have fun. Ernie actually talked about going to a cemetery to look for a missing child. And he says, let's have some fun with it. How the fuck is that fun? How the fuck is that fun?
Yeah.
It's like everything that we come around to in this case, it's got something with digging in it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's called You, Ernie. Yeah, I still have that clip, Jaden. I still have that clip. If Don said it to his dad, how they say guilty cries the loudest. I don't know, Josie. I don't know where she's at.
Yep. So, and then, I and the cemetery, I haven't been really following a lot about that, but I always thought that they were talking about the cemetery where his mom is buried, right in front of her grave. There's there was some digging and somebody had put stuff like in front of the grave or something. So that's the one I thought they were talking about. So I'm not quite sure.
And it could be. And that's something too also that's on our list.
What did he do this morning, Chaos? What did he do this morning? Right? Yes, they did Summer Wells Awareness. They made a lot of money, but I don't, I'm not stepping on anybody making money. That's up to them. They were good at it. Do you know how many creators that when they realized that they could make a lot of money by taking a plane to Tennessee or getting in their car and going there and just driving through Beach Creek, people knew they could make a lot of money. People did make a lot of money. They did. So, I mean,
List. I ain't put it out there or nothing yet, but there's a couple of different cemeteries but right now the focus is on the Morrison. As soon as we do, what we need to do to check that off the list,
Yeah.
maybe at the same time when we get to GPR, we can do both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so ground penetrating radar. You guys can go watch Benny talked about it. Benny will tell you all about it. It costs a lot of money. That is a very expensive type of equipment. You have to have someone who is licensed. They're not just going to hand over equipment like that. You can't just take that equipment and run it over a portion of ground and know exactly what you're looking at and seeing at all. Okay. And I'm going to say this about the septic system. When you're living in the mountains, and your property is up on a hill, okay, your septic system is totally different than if you live in the city, okay? I'm just saying. Oh.
But my question that keeps bringing me back to this, and they didn't have that much time to do something with this child unless they got rid of her first and then involved law enforcement.
What the fuck? No shit. Why would you contact law enforcement and not get rid of any evidence first? says the private investigator.
Yeah, yeah. See, and that's another thing, Donnie works, construction in construction
Yeah,
homes
he
every
does.
day. He's working with
He
drywall.
does.
He's working, when the houses are just
He
barely
does.
starting to get built,
He does.
and
He's a
there's
drywaller.
probably
Don's mom wrote a book on drywalling. She was the drywalling queen. She wrote a book on drywalling. I'm not even joking. She did.
tons of ways or tons of.
And I'll tell you this, when drywalling mud goes bad, it fucking stinks. It does stink, okay?
They're like these great big construction garbage bags that you can get, and I'm
Right.
sure they're all over the construction sites.
I'm
You're
sure.
talking about those big old commercial bags. I've seen them
Well,
things.
they're big, there's some big, great big ones. They're like 60-gallon or something.
Whatever.
Anyways, yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't be hard for him to put her in one of them, tie it up, throw it in the dumpster, and lo and behold, the dumpster gets dumped the next day. That was 5 years ago. She's
Thank you,
gone.
True.
She's gone.
Yeah.
And
She's right.
Donnie is very, very adamant that they're never going to find the body.
Yes, he is. She's absolutely right about that. And could that have transpired? Yeah, it could have. It could have. We don't know what happened.
He already put that on Josh's show.
I mean, he said that to me in my interviews.
Yeah.
He was pretty much adamant about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
easy to come out with it. They're never going to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Never going to find her.
Yep.
He talked to FBI. He said FBI. He mentioned all law enforcement and everything. And he's like, they don't know what happens to these kids. But, what got me about that interview is he said that he's been to places they were selling kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, and he was like, I know what they do. I've been there. And
You said the same fucking thing. You said the same fucking thing, Ernie. Now I'm really pissed. You said you had been in the same environment. You said that. So how's that make you any better?
And to me, to put yourself in a position like that and put yourself in a location and talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of shows you, it shows me who your character is.
What? Guess what then, Ernie? Guess what, Ernie? You just showed me what your true character is. How about that? How about that?
Yeah. Yep. And there was even one conversation I had with him, I think Chris put out there, and he was saying, Mary, and he was talking about being in, I think, California at the time. I'm not sure, but
Years ago.
he's like, yeah, he was in a hotel room where they were selling kids and,
Yep, he did.
all
He
kinds
did.
of stuff. So, yeah. So that's Donnie for you,
That's
So,
Ernie for
and
you.
he's very deceiving. For some reason, he has a way of getting people to believe what he's saying. And
I believe these certain people are the manipulators, and they can make people believe them. They can say things and they know how to turn the tide. I mean, all predators know how to do that. They know how to turn it into ways that you may not want to say, but you may not think you're falling. But then again, you look at it.
Yes, you're right. 120. I figured Ernie Shell out many, many years ago. Okay? Many years ago. This is the thing, I guess. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to be honest. I think if I perceived Ernie as being someone that really, really cared about Summer, starting fresh on the case and, trying to really, really learn the facts to do something good, I would be for it. But that's not what I'm seeing. That is not what I'm seeing. at all. Not at all.
Then you're like, oh my God. And you don't even realize it's happening, but you're in their grasp and you don't even know it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and I think a lot of people now, you know, are, you know, knowing how Donnie is and how his ways are, and
Hey, free
you know
side.
how manipulative.
Well, this is the thing, you know, if he was very serious, he wouldn't be doing it on YouTube. Because let me tell you something. The possibility is always there. This is what I want you guys to remember. If you get on social media, you start talking about, oh, I think I know where the remains of this person or that person is, right? You give a map to the exact location where you think this person is. What makes anybody think that if there was something there or any evidence in that location, that somebody else ain't gonna go move it? Right? Private investigator Ernie. That's why it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. You are not going to, as in real law enforcement, are not coming out and telling us nothing. Because guess what? The perpetrator can go and move that evidence. Move that evidence. Ugh. It makes no sense. Yeah, Ernie does know all about predators.
He can be. So
Holy moly.
I think that's a big thing too. The manipulation part of it from the predator
Right.
position, the control.
Yeah, you know all about it, Ernie.
You've got to be able to take over somebody that way.
You know all about it.
Yep, and he does it to his advantage, you know.
And
And
you know all about it, Ernie.
I think that's another reason why he hasn't let, you know, Candace talk or anything like that. You know, because
Candace can very well talk on her own, people. Candace can talk for herself. There's a lot of people that know Candace can talk for herself. I can guarantee you, I could almost bet that when you was on the phone with Dawn, Candace didn't want to talk to you. She didn't want to talk to you. If Candace wanted to talk to you, her ass would have been talking to you. I'm just saying. In my opinion, anyway.
he thinks that she'll mess up and say something, you know.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
So let me ask you a question. It's coming from Tiffany Marie. She's asked this question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Don and his willingness to be able to talk to anybody about Summer?
What about you? What about you and your willingness to talk to anybody about the case, Ernie? Right? I'm just asking. Hey, Pete.
Well, you know, it seems like at first he was all.
Look, I'm going to say this about the grave. The owners of the cemetery, the individuals whose family member is in that grave, and a judge in a court of law giving permission to dig somebody up, that's on them. That's a them problem, not a fucking remain calm problem. Okay? If they allow that to happen, that is on them. That is on them. But I can say this. If law enforcement thought that a missing child's remains were in a graveyard under someone's burial site, they're gonna get the judge to sign a fucking order along with a coroner way before fucking a YouTuber or Ernie Shell. A judge has to okay that. You can get thrown in jail for digging up fucking a grave.
All over the place and willing to talk, about her and everything. But now, seems like he's just, kind of.
Somebody needs to save that fucking dog. Sounds like there's something going on with that dog. Save the dog.
Shied away from that,
Mhm.
So, but yeah, like I said, I haven't even talked to him for about a year, and that's kind of weird,
Right. So, like what I'm saying is, like, he'll talk to people for hours and hours and hours.
Right,
Uh,
right.
And
Except you, Ernie.
for me, I mean, I talked to him the first time for about an hour and 30 minutes.
You also called the father of a missing child and prank called him. You prank called him on fucking YouTube and thought it was funny. You thought it was funny. You and Candace and Dawn, I mean, y'all are pretty much alike. You like the prank shit, right?
Uh-huh.
When the Hatfield and McCoys walked up there, he was willing to sit down and talk with them. Yes, he was. It was Candace that was kind of going in the house, talking to Chris and Trudy, just trying to call them.
Candace was angry because you told people she slept with you. It's like people need to realize Dawn and Candace both seem to have short fuses, right? So Ernie knew when he said that shit that it could cause a big DV situation, right? There's no way he didn't fucking know that. There's no way he didn't know that. Ugh.
We don't know what she said when she first called them, obviously. So, what do you think about private investigators, a private investigator team? I guess her husband and wife or whatever, Chris and Trudy, and they've been on the case for 5 years, and they obviously work for free for some reason.
It's called fucking being good people. The only thing I have to say about Chris and Trudy, they work with law enforcement. They absolutely do. Now, I've always said that I do think that Trudy, it's a conflict of interest because she's really, really close with Candace. Okay. But to each their own. They are working with law enforcement. I know the husband is, right? Ernie slept with everybody on Craigslist. Boys, girls, all to him, just giving some drugs and alcohol. Oh, Mr. A, I got to get rid of that comment. I got to find it. My chat is moving fucking fast as shit. I am not even catching half of these. I mean, I'm just going to say this, just so you guys are very much aware. I mean, and I'm probably going to sound like a bitch. I don't fucking know Katie. I don't watch Katie. Have no desire to watch Katie. I know a little bit about fucking Tiffany Marie only because of her and her little what the fuck ever. Don't shoot me, degenerate. Do not be mad at me, degenerate. Degenerate's like, bitch, I'm coming for you now. Don't hurt me. For it real. Hey, Jess. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Okay, anyhow. Anywho. Oh, I don't know fucking Katie. Okay. I don't know Katie. I've never watched Katie. I do not care about Katie. I don't care about Tiffany Marie either. Public service, and that was a public service announcement. I am very picky about who I hang around with. I'll tell you that for sure.
They work for free for
Mhm.
them, and they haven't got nothing to show for it. 5 years.
Yeah.
You don't know what they've got to show for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard a little bit.
And I'm gonna tell you guys this about the Hatfield fucking McCoy people. They videoed Trudy, right? While she was on the phone. And she says, hey, don't record me. You know what they fucking did? They go home and they tell everybody, we're going to edit this, right? But they damn sure don't edit that out. They damn sure didn't edit Trudy on the phone. On the phone. They did not edit that out. Aren't they good people? They are just good people, they are.
Bit about them, but I don't have really any faith in them or nothing. I think they're just there for the show, trying to get bits of information as they go along.
Well, what gets me is the
What?
investigative part of it. They're there to.
Well, I heard that Ernie went into their chat and they blocked him. I wonder why. I think it was because they want Don and Candace to believe that they did not know Ernie Shell before they went to 110 Ben Hill Road. That's what I think anyway.
To investigate and help you and assist you with that. But
Right.
mostly, Candace pretty much relies on Trudy for like personal issue stuff.
Oh,
like
really?
A counselor, like a.
So fucking what? So fucking what? Obviously, she's befriended her, and Candace feels like she can trust her. Because guess what? I don't think they'll ever talk to you, Ernie, for sure.
Counselor or something. I'm hearing.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know she was
Fred
talking
was
to
the
her
only moderator.
like
That's
that
funny.
or much. But like,
Hey, don't make fun of that, CM. I have Carrie. Carrie's my only moderator in here. Hey, Mr. A, he's just my mascot. He's just my Moroccan sniper. For real.
like I said, I've kind of pulled away from the case a little bit, so I'm not really sure,
Right.
all the
Which means I ain't watched YouTube very much.
going on and everything. But yeah, I don't think they're helping them any, but I don't know. I think there might just be.
What? Had CP charges? No, I was just joking, CM. It's true, though. I only have 3 mods. Flies, Carrie, and my mascot. What? I don't know 120. True. Thank you, Carrie. That makes more sense. Allie's daughter, True. And I never heard that they were CP charges, but she was arrested for child neglect or something. Yes. Thank you, Carrie, for verifying that. I was like, damn, I ain't never heard that, right? Yes, he's our mascot, Renee. He is our mascot.
Staying around because they think that they're going to get something from them, but they're not. It's just like everybody else.
That's
So let me
true.
ask you, who is Ernie? So this is
That's funny. It sounded like he almost said, "Let me ask you, who is Ernie Shell?" Ha ha ha! Ask me that. Oh, none of it, almost none of it, degenerate, was factual information. For real. Oh, yeah, Barb. That was back in the day, for real.
Lisa. This is Don Well's stepsister, right? Stepsister.
Yeah.
Stepsister. Now, what do you know about the other family of Don? Like his other sisters, have they pulled away from Don? Have they showed support for Don?
Okay, Dawn, if I remember correctly, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Dawn actually has two sisters. I'm not going to say their names. One of them married very young. She was like, they were Mormons. I don't know if she married into like a polygamous type of thing, but she's older. Then he has his sister Sonia. Him and Sonia are very close, from my understanding. Sonia had even came to visit them, and Sonia loves her brother and was very defensive over Dawn. Now, what was freaking weird about that was her husband was a RSO, from what I remember, okay? An RSO. Him and Sonia left the country. They went to like France or Italy or some shit like that, right? Now, let me tell you, and like I said, I was typing so fast into Jen's chat last night. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. When everybody, I know you guys remember when Brandy Vaughn got pissed off at Daisy for having Michael in her title. Don Wells is sitting on that panel and he's telling a story about Mary's ex-husband, husband, I can't remember, but the guy was with Mary at one time, and he said that this guy ard a young girl and was talking about it. That is why Brandy got upset, because Don was talking about that with Michael's name in the title. Very understandable. But I don't hear about that, right? No, I don't blame Brandy at all. But that's when Dawn was talking about that. So, I mean, oh boy, I'm fucking weird because I don't like Dawn and Candace. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm defending them people. I'm not. I'm just saying what I know. That's all.
What can you make out of it?
Well, his
And I'm telling you, what was weird about that story was because Dawn was like, yeah, I walked the girl home. You know, I made sure she was safe. And I was like, no, you're a weird motherfucker. And what you did was you victimized that girl a second time. Number one, by not calling law enforcement. Number two, you walked her home and asked her to repeat to you every freaking detail of what this man did. Ernie does that shit. Ernie does that shit. Tell me all about it. Tell me, how did he touch you? What did he use? I mean, come the fuck on, right? Ugh.
Biological sister is sticking by him 100%.
That's
She
right,
don't think
she
that he
does.
had anything to do with it.
She does.
But and it
And I may be wrong about the older sister, but I'm pretty sure it's Dawn's older sister. It might be Mary and them's, but I thought for sure I remember it being Dawn's. I could be wrong, but you know, she's never came out or anything like that.
it's made our relationship to where we basically pretty much hate each other right now.
Well,
So
but you all care for each other. You just like
Yeah.
you disagree. You have that.
Where did Mary tell him about what Dawn did to her with his friends when she was younger? Anybody heard that yet?
Disagree, and it's pretty much like, ugh, why can't
Yeah.
you see what I see, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But
what about
she-
Candace? Does she have a relationship with Candace?
now I don't know. I'm not really quite sure. I think she's
probably
talked to her a
does.
few times. I do know when Summer first went missing, she talked to Sonia a couple of times.
Yep.
But
Gene,
yeah.
hey, Gene, who are you talking about? Is someone's husband registered or something? Do you know anything what they're talking about in chat?
See, Ernie, if you wouldn't have been such a fucking asshole to me, we could have had some really real conversations. But no, you think your shit don't stink. And it stinks so bad that I had to block you from over here because you was stinking up my whole channel.
Come on. Now, are you talking to me or?
I'm asking. So Sonia's husband is a sex offender?
He is. He's a registered sex offender.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Do you know the age of the victim?
I don't. I just know that Sonia started corresponding with him when he was in prison.
In prison?
Some kind of dating site for prisoners.
Damn. There's a prison dating site? Is there really a prison dating site? I ain't never heard that. Well, yeah, I guess there would be, right? I have a substance tank. I don't want nobody flush no toilet paper down the toilet. Yes, Sonia is Dawn's biological sister, and her husband's an RSO. Yes, Mimi Jean. Thank you for putting the stamp of truthfulness on that for me, darling. He loves his craft so much, he even plays in it. Oh, that's a good one. Mr. A, what are you doing? Putting yoga poses in my chat. Are you telling me something? Do I need to exercise more? I'm just asking.
Or something like that. So, and then as soon as he got out, from what I heard, he moved in with Sonia, and like a year later or something.
Mary, how old was the alleged victim of your said significant other? How old was she? I don't remember. I don't remember if Dawn said the age or not. But, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what Dawn said. Hey, looking for with truth.
It's probably the same damn dating site that Lisa Kay got a hold of my brother on.
Did you tell Lisa that about that dating site, Ernie? Are you the one that hooked her up? Good for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's just what I heard is how it went. So, yeah.
It has to be like some kind of prison pen pals or something.
Carrie, are you saying I'm riled up? Well, it worked. He got me riled up over it. Please, like I said, Degenerate Lost's link is in the description. Please go check out. Give him a subs up. Him or her. I don't know if it's a him or her. Go sub up over there, you guys, and please consider becoming a member. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. He's got a trans girlfriend in the Philippines. Really? Does she send him money? For real? Oh, okay. Degenerate Lost is a male. Do you need a girlfriend, Degenerate? I'm single. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. Just don't listen to what they say about me, okay? I really didn't kill my husband. I didn't, okay? But you need a girlfriend? Will you be my sugar daddy? I need a sugar daddy. I won't even bother you, I promise. For real. Oh, your wife will kick your ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am very sorry, ma'am. I am sorry if I disrespected you in any way. That was not my intention. I apologize. Yeah, they took Mr. A's channel. Bless your heart.
Something like that.
Yeah. You know, and I don't know. Sonia told everybody in the family that it was his ex-wife that he got in trouble with. But they had split up or something, and he had went over there or something, and they had sex or something. And,
Oh my God.
And
she told
anyways,
him.
I guess she turned him in for raping her.
That's
Oh my
right.
God.
From what I heard.
So my financial backer, Dave Holloway, just asked a question. He said, well, actually, thank you, Murray, for coming up. We really enjoy that.
Why does he keep calling her Marie? Thank you, Marie, for coming up. Her name is Mary. Say it with me, Ernie. Mary. When you fucking doxed me, you made sure to say my name correctly. I'm just saying. Yeah, open mouth, insert foot. I've been married once, so not sure how I did that. That is funny, Renee. He did when he fucking doxed me, Jess. He said my name loud and clear. So yes, he can. He can say it. Dragon cannot see you, Degenerate. They say, hey. Hey. He's a dumb private investigator.
You know, you're willing to talk about this.
Yeah.
A lot of this, let me read this. A lot of this we didn't know, and I'm glad that you are happy to fill in some of the gaps. One of the other questions he asked, is Don's son also on the sexual registry?
Yes, we've talked about this many, many times. Don Wells Jr. absolutely is on the registry. Now, the story goes that Don Jr. got with a girl. She was younger. Her family was okay with it until she got impregnated. And then they turned him over to law enforcement. Don Jr. went to jail, spent time in jail. Listen to this. Spent time in jail. Allegedly, he was said to have the opportunity to be released before his time was up. But Pam and Don, he couldn't go to their house because they were so messed up at the time that they would not release him to them. So he sat in jail longer. He gets out of jail. He ends up getting with another woman, having children. At that time, he allegedly is has access to his child by the said minor or whatever, that he ended up getting with. So JLR finds out where he lives, right? And then JLR goes and shows his house and says, "This is where Don Jr. lives." Well, guess what? Don Jr. did not report his new address. So then, guess what happened? Don Jr. went back to jail, right? Dave Holloway, get Ernest live show today, and him, Ernest, make a donation to Texas Equus Church. Probably, I don't know. Look, I don't know anything about who's backing Ernie, who has money to back Ernie. I would think if this individual absolutely is there for a missing child, that this man would go through the proper authorities to make his investment in what he's doing. I'm just saying, you guys know what I mean, right? You know what I mean.
He is.
What?
Yeah. His son is also a sex offender. Yes.
It's kind of like we have a whole a field full of sexual registry offenders, like pedophiles, correct? Wow. Holy hell.
I think he came over here one time. I don't remember, you guys, but I couldn't even say it was him or not. I don't need to talk to the guy. I don't need to talk to him. I don't know. Ernie's had many, you know. That's up to the guy if he wants to give to an organization that is really there looking for these missing children. Hey, I just heard about a channel. I'm not going to say her name because I don't care for her. But anyhow, putting Twyla on a live stream and not telling her at the beginning that she was on a live stream. That's kind of messed up, but who knows? Who knows? Oh, yeah, CM. It could be anybody.
Did you look him up, Dave? Oh, God, Jesus. What was the age of the victim on that? I think this is his StreamYard right now that just now screwed this up here. Can everybody hear me?
And let me say this. I mean, this is something we've already known. So newer people coming into the Summer Wells case that are watching Ernie and hearing this stuff for the first time, there were many registered offenders, RSOs, that were in that area. What scares me is the ones that were not registered. There was talk of standing at the end of people's driveways to use their Wi-Fi. We had, and I'm not going to get into the whole Frank Light incident, with his sister and things like that. Frank Light was a registered offender. There were many offenders in the area and in those families in those families. So we can talk about, Don's son, but you have to talk about Candace's family also. Candace's Uncle Warren. If you guys ain't never heard of him, please check that out. That state did not even want to release him. His horrific, horrific charges. Yeah, that's a story in itself. I mean, if you guys really want me to talk about it, I'll do it another time. But yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Mary, if you can't hear me, I think it's stream. Yeah, it's it's StreamYard. If you want to come back, Murray.
Is what?
So what I got to say is Don and Pam's so their child married to a sex offender also or something.
Donnie or Margie?
It's Don and Pam's. Let me see, who was it? How was this, guys? Somebody just told me about this. I'm trying to.
Yeah, they've got 2 kids together.
Mhm.
Little Donnie and Margie.
I don't understand. Look, I can understand people. Oh, thank you, Wee. That is so sweet. Thank you, babe. Thank you for the. Do I need to? Should I slow my chat down, you guys? Is it going too fast? It looks like it's moving pretty quickly. Unless it's just catching up. Maybe it's just catching up. Actually, I am going to. Are you guys ready? Here comes 5 free memberships. I hope y'all get it. Let's see who got them. Maybe we will. Damn it. Come on. Did it go? Oh, Jess. Jess, how'd you get 2? Oh, no, that's your thing. Barb got 1. Mimi Jean got 1. Kath, whoever Kathy Harris is. Is that all of them? Oh, Bellichus. Congratulations, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't have any more till next month, but welcome, you guys, for sure. Okay, so Don and Pam had 2 kids, Margie and Donnie. Candace had 2 children. Her daughter's name was Candace, and I don't remember what her son's name was. Her son was named after the father. What was his name, you guys? Do you remember the name of Candace's first husband? It was Flodin, right? Flodin. She met him, I believe, at the carnival. Yeah, she lost both of them to CPS for violent abuse. It was violent. Andrew, thank you, 120. So the daughter was named Candace, and the son was named after his father, Andrew Flodin, right? Dawn's siblings pressing charges 50 years too late, trying to move the focus from Summer to herself. The fact that they decided to do this after Summer went missing. Well, Karma, I mean, yeah, he was there for 6 months. That's a good point. That is a good point. When Summer went missing, they said because his stepsister was 5 years old and he was 12 when that started happening, right? I don't even know who that is, Mr. A. I don't know who that is. Why are you putting that link in my chat? I don't know who that is. Yeah, Jess, it had something to do with because of his stepsister's age, right? I don't even fucking know who it is. But go on, you can go watch her. If she's live, go, Mr. A. Mr. A. How the fuck does that work? You're in my chat and you're putting a link for people to go watch somebody else who's live. How the fuck does that work? Hang on a minute, you guys. Give me 1 minute. Be nice to each other in chat. I'm back. Mr. A. I'm gonna whoop your ass. How about that? You'd probably like it. Yes, he's. Ugh. Man, oh man. You don't have to cry about it. Don't cry. I'll have to put you on the list of people that remain calm, made cry. Hold on a minute. Oh, never mind. Get the ruler out. All right. So I don't remember ever hearing that Margie and Dawn, thank you, Mimi, that Margie and Dawn got their kids taken away. I never heard that. I'm trying to figure out this. Okay. Okay. Oh, thanks, Jess. Thank you, ma'am. For real. Trying to figure that. Okay. Cry baby, I'm sure. What? TT. What are you guys talking about TT for? You guys are on a roll today. Okay. All right. Moving on. It's the Twilight Zone.
Margie's husband, I
Jess.
don't know much about him. I don't know much about him at all. But now Donnie, his wife, she used to be pretty
Right.
bad drug.
So it's Don and Pam's daughter. Is she
Yeah.
married to an RSO nicknamed Boogeyman?
I don't know. I
Okay, the boogeyman. Lisa Jaton. I know you're creeping around here somewhere. From my understanding, the boogeyman, there was more than one fucking boogeyman. Okay. Damn, you got a pool, J-Dub? See, I could save me some money. Because I'm just a little thing. I can buy me a baby pool, and it would be like I'd have my own big old Gucci pool. For real. Three of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking boogeymen. Now, supposedly, one of the boogeyman was somehow intertwined with Don's daughter. Then there was a boogeyman that lived in the shed, right? Then there was another boogeyman, and then you have a boogeyman by the name of Ernie Shell. So, oh, she's the one who wanted to go visit Roger Brown. Oh, Tim Mullins is a boogeyman too. Damn.
you know, I was just on her Facebook looking the other day. God, I forgot what her husband's name was.
So let me ask you a question, Murray. Have you
Why?
ever had like while you've been on the panels and stuff, has Don ever like tried to phone you and knock you off panels and stuff to say don't go on there or get off these panels?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
That is not top secret fucking information. And guess what? People did that shit to Don Wells too. I watched it. I seen it fucking happen. Okay. The one I remember most is Don was talking to Chris McDonough, and the YouTubers who inserted themselves into Summer's case and befriended Don and Candace, they did not like Don talking to Chris McDonough at all. Ernie's an annoying burger you can't get rid of. Well, Summer Wells awareness. You have a great day too. You have a very good day, ma'am. I'm assuming you're a ma'am. I never asked. Yeah, Ernie's heard all this shit before.
That's when I was on my phone. Usually, if I'm on my computer, he can't do that. But on my phone, if he sits and calls me over and over again, yeah, it knocks me out. And he did that. Oh my God. How many times? Probably
Where?
at least 20
Who are you talking
times that
to?
he had done that to me.
Right. So he's not tried to call you and knock you off my panel, has he?
No, not yet.
You reckon he even knows you? He's probably, I say he's watching, ain't he?
He probably is if he knows you're going live and talking about him. He usually does, or usually goes in the chat.
But it is the weekend. But it is the weekend now. He may be a little messed up somewhere.
Yeah, and he, for a while there, probably for about a year.
I would say Candace was probably watching. I don't know if Dawn even, gives a fuck about this shit anymore.
Year straight, it was like a habit, a reoccurring habit. It was every Friday. He would call me. He would be drunk and he would call me like every Friday. It was for almost like a year straight.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I remember the reason the phone calls were happening with Dawn and Mary. and the prank phone call. Don was trying to make sure that he knew what his stepsisters were up to. Now, not only Don's stepsisters, but there were a few other women. I think there ended up being like seven. 7 women went to the prosecutor's office and the district attorney's office in Utah. They all wanted to see if they could file charges on what they say Don did to them when they were all younger. Now, a lot of them, the statute of limitations was up. Okay. Then when Don went to jail for the DUI shit, the weapons, whatever, they called Don and had a conversation with him about some of these reported allegations, right? So now what happened to Mary, and I'm surprised Mary hasn't mentioned this. Why didn't Mary mention what happened to her with Don and his friends? Because Don at first said, Mary, I was trying to help you. Remember, that's how your shirt got ripped. And Mary, if you go back, Mary was saying like, yeah, I know, Donnie. I know, right? Then she said she went and found the police report from years and years before where the law enforcement was contacted. And once she seen the police report, she was looking at it in a different way. Now, the police report was never put out on YouTube, so I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
And there was times that it's like I ended up having to block him because it's like, dude, no, I'm not. No, we ain't doing this, But I don't know how many times I've tried talking to him and telling me what happened and,
Right.
everything.
But Don absolutely was trying to, he wanted to know exactly what they were saying, what was happening, etc., etc.
And this is something too, and this is not to try to toot nobody's horn or nothing, but has he ever mentioned me to you?
There you go.
Gosh,
No.
I don't know. I don't think so. I know he had mentioned Dudley, the guy that he was working with.
Yeah.
But
and let's talk about Dudley. I ain't saying that a lot of Dudley's story wasn't true. Dudley was an admitted math head. Okay. He admitted to doing math while he was at work when he worked with Don. Okay. Also, Dudley got paid very well to do interviews. Okay. He absolutely did. He got a damn good meal out of it. He got a few drinks out of it. He got a few $100s, if I'm remembering correctly. So you can take what Dudley says however you want to take it.
I really do think now he was sitting there telling me that the CPS had.
They all did 120 acres. All of these individuals, even individuals from the area that have done interviews, they all admit to watching YouTube. Some will even name a specific creator. A specific creator.
Closed a case down like the day before Summer went missing or something.
Right.
Now that's what Donnie was telling me. Now is what's really weird is
all we know about the CPS stuff is what Don Wells has said. Okay, there is a gag order on all of that concerning the boys. So all we can go by is what Don Wells has said about CPS.
when I was listening to what Dudley was saying, because Dudley was saying that Donnie was having to stay away from the house and he was living in his car. He even brought like a microwave to one of the houses or something.
That ain't nothing new. I'm not going to get into subcontractors. Absolutely, they'll buy a little cheap ass microwave so they don't have to leave every day for lunch or whatever. I do not believe that Tucker Drywall would be okay with anyone spending the night in the homes. But I don't know. I wasn't there.
And the only reason I can figure that out is CPS was involved. They were checking him out, and something had to happen because if he wasn't allowed in the house, you know, CPS was checking stuff out because somebody had called and said that.
But Don talks about CPS being there, how he feels about it. He feels like they were, you know, giving Summer the evil eye or whatever, right?
The kids were probably being abused, you know.
Okay.
Because I had a girlfriend that had happened to, and her husband, she even called me. She's like, Mary, my husband's been staying in a hotel because CPS won't let him stay here it was like for 2 weeks that they had to do an investigation. So I know that's what was going on with Donnie.
She knows that's what was going on. That's how misinformation gets spread. You haven't
And Candace, you know, and then I don't know how many times I heard, you know, other people like Allison and stuff saying that the CPS was coming to their house. Well, they wouldn't answer the phone or answer the door. They'd just lock the door and not answer and pretend like they weren't home.
Right.
Okay, well, there's a lot of people deals with CPS like that. But what people need to understand was Allie also behind that locked door, right? Now, I ain't going to say anything about Allie because she is no longer here. All we can go by is what she said as she was making her rounds on people's panels. And I will absolutely say this over and over. When you're receiving monetary gain from individuals for what you are putting out, the stories tend to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
It's kind of like when the Jehovah Witnesses come, people hide from them.
Yeah.
Right. They just get down, they lock the door. They're like, hell no, I'm not going to answer the door.
You know, and everything was all just like, because when Donnie was married to Pam, it was the same exact scenario. They were living in filth. They had, you know, cockroaches. The kids had lice, silverfish in the house. The house was array of like a cyclone had gone through it. Food everywhere, garbage everywhere, you know, and this is what these kids were living in, you know. Mm-hmm. And then when I seen pictures of Donnie and Candace's house, it was like the same exact thing over again. And then I seen pictures of Summer. Her hair was shaved. And it's because she had lice. I know that's why they shaved her hair. But they sit there and say,
like I said, Candace admitted to that. I believe she even admitted it to the Hatfield and McCoy people. So, And that includes the sale of the Goodwill quilts as handmade. Absolutely 120.
Oh, no, that's not why. Well, you did it before with your other kids. So I
Right.
can just imagine what these kids were going through.
I'm imagining that these kids, they didn't have no, they didn't have no future whatsoever.
Nope. Yeah.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not. My hope is that going to church and, trying to change something in their lives has to mean a little bit of something, right?
I feel really bad for them. I'm really.
You felt so bad for them that when CPS took them and wanted those children to be taken by family, you said no. You said no. You said nobody wanted to deal with Dawn. That is what she said.
Really glad that they're not in the home anymore.
So I want you to take a listen to this. I know you wasn't up here when I played this, and I really want you to listen to this. This is Timothy Morrison's caregiver, one of his caregivers. I spoke to a lot of the Morrison people, and I spoke to other.
Okay, so allegedly he's talking to, I don't know who the fuck he's talking to, for real.
People as well. But this is one thing I'm going to put out right now. Now, I'm not going to put the full interview out because of YouTube purposes and TOS regulations, but right now I want you to.
Really? YouTube and term of service regulations? I don't think that's why you're not putting it out. I think you got to leave a little tidbit for the next show, right?
Hear the majority. This is in just a few sentences. Now, I'm going to play this, and I want you to give me your opinion about it. See,
yeah, Mimi, she's got a cooking channel, and from my understanding, Mary was doing pretty good. Someone mentioned in chat that she is trying to get her monetization back, right? Paywall purposes. Oh, I see.
if you catch something, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, that's okay. What I was going to ask you was, you said that you was working on some will case or something like that. Are you any kind of law affiliated or anything like that?
No, man. I'm a former private investigator and a bounty.
That is bullshit. Why would you go out there and claim to be something you're not? Right? He put the first part out. Yeah, he spliced it. Absolutely, Carrie. Absolutely. Oh, the boys needed too much help. How did she know that, Mimi? I've never heard Mary say that she ever spoke with CPS about the boys. I've never heard her say that, right?
Hunter. I used to work over there in that area. And we're doing.
I used to work over there in that area. What do you mean by that? What did he mean by that? Right? That he used to work over there in that area.
Doing something with the Morrison Cemetery right now because a lot of people have said that when she went missing, it was on the 15th. And of course, I've talked to people because a lot of the suspects in the case and everything have often mentioned the Morrison Cemetery. That of a place of, a place that would be maybe where a suspect could put someone at. I've been over there before, but I don't know that much about it.
He's been over there before. He's been over there before.
And I'm just trying to get a confirmation,
I
man.
do know. I was Tim's caregiver, and I stayed with him. And as far as knowing her, knowing the family, anything like that, no, I don't. You know, I did see search parties looking for her at the time of his burial.
So,
you know.
right. So here's, okay. So
He's seen search parties looking for Summer at the time of this person's burial, right? Thank you, 120. There's no way. Mimi, it's okay. You don't have to defend her in here. Okay? You really don't. You do not have to defend Mary.
that's something too. So here's what got
That's
me.
right, Carrie.
Is, you know,
When was
he passed
there?
away on June the 11th of 2021. And she went missing on the 15th of June, you know. So I was talking to people and I've heard 2 or 3 different things. Some said that, you know, that the grave was opened on the 12th. It started on the 12th and wasn't finished till the 14th.
When did it rain, you guys? When did it rain? When was it raining?
But, you know, we
now the grave wasn't ever broke till he died.
right. That was right.
And it wasn't a day of. It was a couple of days after. It seemed like it was a week till he was buried.
Yes.
As far as what could have happened, not possible. You know, I mean, anything's possible. But now his
What could have happened's not possible.
family didn't have a vault for the casket.
Right.
So therefore, he is buried on top of her in a coffin. He's not.
He's buried on top of her in a coffin.
Not a vault.
Right. What do you mean, like he's buried on top of her? So he's buried.
Okay. So whatever Ernie's trying to put out there. Okay. I'm going to try to go through this a little bit quicker.
At that time, we talked to the guy that's been there ever since 2019. He remembers when Summer went missing. The police tore his place apart, and
2019. Oh, the guy's been there since 2019. Well, then, if you know, then you're an accomplice. Just saying. That's what I'm saying.
he even said that he turned it into the TBI and Hawkins County that there is a possibility that she is. And this is before I did this shit, before we even did this. This has been a long time ago. So he said that he believes she's in that grave.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear him say that, Ernie.
Oh, it could be, could very well be. Rumor has it that she's buried somewhere close enough for Donnie,
I don't know if that's rumor or not, but I don't know. Maybe he meant hypothetically. Yeah, absolutely, CM. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to make it sound like something it wasn't.
To want her to be, you know what I mean? To grieve for her or whatever he does,
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know. But I really do think that both him and Candace know where she's at, and not only that, there was
I think we
that
all
one
think
video.
that.
I don't know who was with her. I believe they were at Donnie and Candace's house getting drunk one night. I don't know whose panel they were on. Candace was all drunk. She was crying. She was saying something to the effect of she wanted to tell everybody what happened, but whoever was there with her wouldn't.
I've already talked about, I talked about that in the Jen's chat. That was when Candace was at Kathy the Friends. Ernie was talking to Candace. Kathy got pissed off because, she was putting her heart and soul into trying to help Candace. And, Candace kept fucking around with Ernie.
Let her say anything. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they both know where she's at. And
Candace had, when I was talking to Candace one time, she was crying. She was crying, and I was talking to her. And she kept on saying, why me? Why me? I remember this. She said, why me? Why me? What is going on? Why me? Why is this happening to me for? Like,
you know what? I want to hear where she told you that, Ernie. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it sounds like that you're taking what Chris McDonough said was a conversation that him and Candace had, that he did not put it on tape, where she was like, why is God punishing me, right?
like that. And then she's like, she's on the verge of literally talking to me even more. And I think it was Kathy. It was Kathy, her friend. I think it was Kathy. Who is that, Candace? Like you could hear her from the back.
Yeah.
Who is that? And she's crying.
But anybody else that would have got stopped and
I don't think she was crying on that conversation. Right? I don't remember her crying on that one. I could be wrong though.
his situation, they would have freaking towed the truck. He would have had, you know, fines after fines. I mean,
so it's safe to say there would be more consequences given.
And this is what gets me. If Mary needs to go back and refresh herself, they absolutely took Dawn to jail. They absolutely gave the opportunity for someone to come and pick the vehicle up. Someone went and picked the vehicle up, which was very nice of them. They do tend to do that sometimes.
On him, right? There's more charges, shit like that.
Exactly. And to me, all they did was haul his ass in, gave him a little slap on the wrist, and said, "See ya. Oh yeah, and you can take your truck home. Sure, you're sober now. See you, Donnie."
So, enlighten me on that. They pulled on over, they get him for a DUI, and then they allow him to drive it up to the police station. They're like, hey man, I know you're drunk, but go ahead and follow us up to the police station. We're going to put you in the drunk tank, and when you sober up, you know, your truck will be out there waiting on you. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry, you guys. Do you see how that makes no sense? Right? Yeah, that's what he's trying to do, J-Dub. Look, Ernie's been talking about this shit for 2 fucking weeks. Or longer. They've been talking about the Morrison Cemetery forever. Forever. Oh, thank you, wee darling. Thank you, babe. I mean, where does that make sense? Where does it make sense? Oh, I got that one. I got that one. What does that mean? We, darling. You put that in there before. What does that mean? That's not only Hawkins County. That happens a lot of places. So, you know, somebody went and got the vehicle and they probably drove it up there and left the keys so Dawn could drive it back home. Or they went and picked him up, right? For sure. But as I've said many times, does Dawn getting drunk, getting a DUI, getting thrown in jail, did that have anything to do with Summer? Dawn was on a freaking panel with Doug of No Thanks. Chris McDonough was up there. And I think Josh from the lab when that acting old or out of touch. Oh, thank you, RJ. Okay, I'm weird. I had to think about that for a minute.
You know, I mean, just like that. Why? You know, and I kind of even have a feeling that maybe Ronnie Lawson's son maybe was involved with maybe sexually assaulting her also. Who knows?
Well, you do know that they had a videotape and played to his boss had mentioned stuff and he started crying and he said, they're going to think I'm a pedophile. Dawn was telling the story and he was laughing at that. There's nothing to laugh about that.
Yeah.
Like $5,000. So let me ask you a question. So someone...
Yeah, that was fucking disgusting. I've covered that so many times. When did he get the first one, Mimi? The first time that I remember Don going to jail is when he got into the fight with Jose. And that time he went on a weapons charge. The DUI, if I remember correctly, was the night that he said that he put the liquor in the vehicle with him because he didn't want Candace to drink it all, right? Yeah, I think and I heard. Yeah, absolutely, Renee.
In the chat said Ronnie Lawson's son and his uncle is both sex offenders.
Yeah.
I've never heard Ronnie Lawson as a sex offender. If Ronnie Lawson was a sex offender, he wouldn't be a fucking sheriff. Are you kidding me? Yes, his son is a registered offender. Absolutely. And what happened with his son was it had been so long that the minors at the time did not want to, they didn't want to have to go in and testify against Ronnie Lawson's son because they were older. They were older girls. They did not want to have to go in front of a court of law and tell people in a public way what Ronnie Lawson's son had did to them.
So if you look at, so let's put, look, I can't add too good, but I do know that when you have one sex offender and you have another sex offender, then there's another sex offender, and then there's 10 more down the line around the damn family that are sex offenders, you pretty much have a whole damn sex offender ring.
Ernie, didn't you say, thank you, Mr. A, didn't you say that your family had something to do with trafficking? Didn't he say that? I don't go over there at all, I do not go over there at all.
Pedophile ring, right?
Yep.
Now being on the registry, you know, you can be on the registry for many different things, but all these people are on the registry for child porn and shit to do with kids. It ain't just, it ain't women, it ain't grown women, it's all kids.
Again, Mr. A.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is so crazy.
How do you know?
Now let's do this now. Now there is no proof. Now we do know there's no proof that Summer was ever, I mean, there's nothing been released. Let's just say this.
Right.
There's nothing ever been released that Summer was sexually assaulted.
Right. But
there's nothing.
No, there isn't.
Are we sure there's not something in the CPS files? I mean,
again, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not about law enforcement, and I don't have. We don't have those files. We don't have the synopsis. We have like a little synopsis thing, but it says unfounded stuff like that. You know, all that. We really don't know exactly what's really going on. We don't.
Thank you again, Mr. A.
Yeah.
So as much as I hate to say it, we can't just say that this is that and this because we've got to be able to prove it. But it does add up to other things that's happened that would put it in the line of that. But can we actually say that it's happened? We can't do that.
Yeah, it's just speculation, on my part, you know, I mean, it's just what I think, you know. But then again, you know, at the very first, I thought maybe too that, okay, maybe they were,
Damn, he need to take that fucking dog outside. What is wrong with that dog? No, there has never been any, there hasn't been anything at all that has said that there was any, I mean, basically, we're going to sit here and in our minds, because of, you know, what other people have said about the home and what happened in the home, that there was some sort of neglect. Definitely, I do believe that, you know, there was definitely, my opinion, neglect happening in that home. But we cannot, or I can't, sit over here and say that, you know, Summer was being essayed by Dawn or anything like that. And what's really weird is because now there were individuals that were not happy with Dawn Wells, right? Oh, thanks again. There were a lot of people talking about, okay, wait, I forgot what I was going to say. Things that have well, I'll find myself. I forgot what I was going to say. But no, there is no public proof. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So look at this scenario out on YouTube, right? These alleged papers don't surface until somebody gets pissed off at Candace. Okay? And so this person has a lot of, you know, angst going on with Dawn Wells. There's arguing, you know, this person argues and fights with Dawn Wells, swears they're going to see Dawn Wells put in jail. But yet these papers that came out, allegedly, Dawn goes to the person who hates him and swears they're going to see him in jail and shows them this paperwork. And then one sheet of these alleged papers come out and they're against Candace. They're against Candace. Not Dawn, Candace, right? So, I don't know. I kind of, at some point, was like, whatever.
you know, selling her off to people to have sex with her.
Yes,
At
thank
first,
you,
I thought
Carrie.
maybe they might have had her go down to that shed and stay in that shed and have some guy pull up and take her and do whatever with her. And then he was supposed to bring her back, but the guy never brought her back. So back then I thought, well, if he took a polygraph test and said, and they asked him, do you know who took your daughter or whatever, you know, Donnie would say, well, no. Well, of course he would be telling the truth because he didn't know who took his daughter,
Right.
you know. So that could have been another scenario right there.
What the fuck is wrong with the dog? Is that a dog? Is that a dog? What is Ernie doing to that dog? Yeah, because Candace ended the friendship. Absolutely. That shit made no sense to me whatsoever. None whatsoever. Right?
You know, so I mean, there's just so many scenarios. I don't know.
Right, right. So
I just wish Donnie would come forward, tell the truth, be a man instead of a mouse. That's my opinion.
I've said this many times, you guys, whether you want to believe it or not. If they physically did not see who took Summer that day, if whoever took Summer that day did not tell them where they were taking her, right? Very easily you could say, I don't know where Summer is, and that would be a question that they would pass on a lie detector test, right? I know that there was a big to-do about the posters on Don's property. Yeah, I'm not gonna even get into that stuff. A lot of people believe that the shed was a pickup spot. A lot of people believe that. There was even someone who came out and said that they believed that that, and I hate to say this, but it's what was going around, that, you know, basically there was an hourly rate. I'll just say that, right?
That's your opinion, okay? And you know, you're more than welcome your opinion. Everybody on panels are welcome to their opinion, and we're talking. But you know, but we also have to, if we're going to investigate it the right way, we also have to say the good stuff, that it ain't really good stuff, but it's unfounded. There is no, when it comes to law enforcement and what's legal, not what's moral, because we know moral goes out the fucking window with this.
Yeah.
But what's legal, it's unfounded. Everything's been unfounded. There's no leads. There's
Right.
nothing. So that's where
Right.
we end up back on square root one.
So is there a way that you guys can look into the septic system? Or would you have to have
fucking know better?
Donnie's permission?
You would
I
have
don't
to
even
have
know.
the homeowner's
You know?
fucking permission.
That's
a dumb
I don't know,
question.
because I just, you know, I remember seeing a live of yours, and you were talking to Candace, and you were telling her that you were going to bring people up there to check, you know, to look. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
was saying, she was
What happened with that, Ernie?
telling you, well, you can't come up here on this property.
I wouldn't let his ass up there either. Do you know that anyone, not knowing what happened to Summer, anyone can go up to that property and leave any sort of evidence that they want to leave?
I mean, who would say that, who has a missing daughter? I mean, I would welcome you, anybody, to come up and look.
Mary, come on. Come the fuck on now.
Anywhere.
Right. I mean, anybody that had any kind of resources whatsoever.
Yeah,
We was actually, we had a lot of people, and we had them from Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, just ready to go. I mean, they would probably, there was hundreds. But
there's people from every fucking state. Believe me, you can't get a group of people together and just show up at a fucking property. What?
You know, in that time, it was something that was happening in the now. But now, it's been 5 years, and
then why'd you wait, Ernie? Why did you wait? You're doing the same thing now that you did years ago. You never did a fucking thing. Nothing. When you had access, right? Obviously, Candace knew that something wasn't right, because your ass was showing up at 110 Ben Hill Road in the middle of the fucking night. Why didn't you do it when she was hugging and loving on you? Why not? because I think people had already figured you out. That's just my opinion.
We're
Mhm.
still at one point out and everything like that. So, so what's up for you? So what's going on now? Like, if you was to tell Don was lying when you was growing up, are there like a telltale sign that he uses, like that he would do that you would automatically know he's lying or something?
I thought you already knew that, Ernie, with your phone calls, remember?
Gosh, just basically, if he would say something, say he would lie about my mom telling him to take the trash out or something, and we were doing our chores or something, trying to get him done, and he wouldn't do his, and I'd look at him and it's like, well, you're supposed to take the trash out. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Hey, Sarah.
Well, yeah, you are. No, I'm not. No, and he would just sit there and lie about it.
So pretty much deflection.
Yeah.
There's a big fucking difference between lying about taking the damn trash out than a 5-year-old child. Yes, Sarah. It's still happening. Yeah, Mary hasn't been around Don Wells for years. Until he came to Utah, he said he was trying to get a better job to make more money and wanted to move his family to Utah. Don wanted his dad to leave him his house. Right? Don necessarily, I don't know why Don needed his dad's house. If he would have sold the 11.5 acres in Beach Creek, he would have had a pretty little penny in his pocket to start a new life. Supposedly, Candace did not want to move from Beach Creek.
Okay, so I've noticed that with Don. But again, it don't prove anything. It don't, it's all speculation, and it's all pretty much everything's allegedly, right? Everything's alleged. We gotta look at that. Well, I tell you, we got another part of the show. If you want to stay up, you're more than welcome to stay up. If you want to drop down, you can drop down, and I do appreciate you. And if we can share her link, just let me know what you want to do.
Mary didn't say anything about what Don did to her. That's really weird. This whole conversation was weird, right? Now, I don't think I'm gonna cover this girl up there. I don't know who she is, but yeah, we're gonna stop it here because I've been on here 3 hours and 17 minutes. Thank you, DeGen. Real clap. You guys, please go check out Degenerate Lost. Please, please, please. Please consider becoming a member over there. You can become a member here if you like. I'm a pretty cheap date, for real. Good thing the man in the cemetery was a good person. I'm just saying, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I've been around it too long and, I've just seen the fucking nonsense. I don't look. People have been calling law enforcement on Ernie for a long time. A long time. I just hope people take into consideration, factual information. A lot of what these people are doing are they're watching YouTube, then they're going on these panels. They're basically repeating what they're hearing on YouTube. Okay. And we do not know if Don and Candace are guilty of anything, innocent until proven guilty. I've given my opinion on Don Wells many times. I've given my opinion on Candace many times. I understand the fact that people want to look at Dawn and say that people don't change. Well, guess what, Ernie? What if we look at you the same way? What if people look at you the same way? Right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There are a lot of channels, you guys, that have came out and tried to talk about Summer's case, try to put out what we know. Of course, we're going to give our opinions. Of course, we're going to give our theories. You know, of course, people are going to speculate. You know, if I don't, I mean, if people really believe that Ernie has the power to do the things that he says he's going to do, I don't know what to tell them. Thank you, Carrie, for putting my email up there. I don't know what to tell people. I really don't. But why didn't Ernie ask Mary? You know, Mary so willingly wants to talk about her interactions with Dawn, you know, things that transpired with her and Dawn. Like I said, Dawn was absolutely trying to keep in contact with Mary because Mary was the only one who was letting him know what was happening behind the scenes with his other stepsister and the stepsister's daughter. Mary was the one that he knew he could call. Okay? If you go back and you listen to some of those phone calls between Dawn and Mary, okay, you can pretty much look at those and get your idea of what was transpiring. But yes, Chris McDonough was encouraging Mary to talk to Dawn, giving her questions to ask Dawn. Yeah, I mean, that's factual. That is absolutely factual. I don't know, 120 acres. Yes, that is our perception of Ernie. Hey, Lorianne, good to see you. Yes, please consider giving me a thumbs up, you guys. That's all I ask. Give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subbed to the channel, consider subbing up. It's okay if you hang out in the bushes. We do not snitch on the bush people. Me personally, I am the queen of the no-see-em community. Also, go check out Evil Ghosted. I think he said he was going to do a live later. I'm not sure. A lot of times I watch things on my television, so I don't necessarily get to go in chat. Last night was a real treat for me. I stayed up late. I hung out in Degenerate's chat, and yeah, I said a lot. I was waiting for him to throw me out of chat. I was waiting for him to be like, bitch, just shut up. You got too much to say. For real. Look, I will never, ever sit on my platform and claim to know everything that has transpired or been said in Summer's case. I wish I could be her hero. I can't even be my own fucking hero. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate the jewels, people. Oh, I'm finally getting them right. I'm trying to claim them for sure. But I just haven't been like a lot of other people. A lot of the stuff that's been said and all that other stuff, there was so much of it that I would listen to it, but it didn't have anything to do with summer, right? I mean, of course it's interesting. It's all like a big fucking soap opera. But I truly believe if he had Summer's best interest at heart and he really thought that that she said, you collect the jewels and then you get so many jewels and they turn into rubies, and it's kind of just a way, it's kind of just like a cash app and stuff, really, is from what I've learned about it. And it just accumulates into like something like that, right? But lurking, Sarah's got something to show you. They go in your check like super chats. Yeah, that's what I learned from it. Are you going live, Sarah? Or is it top secret what you want to show lurking? Oh, you got a new character? Nice. Nice, Sarah. All right, I've been on here 3.5 hours. I am fucking tired. I am tired of Ernie's shit. But no, it would seem to me that if anyone is truly looking for her, or yeah, they do go in the check, Sarah. They do go on your monthly stipend thing. That you contact law enforcement first. Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't kick myself this time. I didn't kick myself out of my own live stream. That freaking ghost comes in here and fucking kicks me out of my own live stream. It's like, how dare you? Not evil ghost. I'm not talking about evil ghosts. So, absolutely. So, I am going to end this. I am tired. Today is just fucking hot. I am over myself already. But yes, this is my opinion. If they have been talking about this cemetery for years, what better way to, I don't want to say grift, but what better way to draw attention to yourself than to try to put out information that you know for a fact that is never going to happen. And I don't care how many fucking times Ernie Shell goes to that graveyard live streams himself at that graveyard, talks to anybody who may pop up while he's there at that graveyard, it doesn't mean that he's going to actually succeed in what he's trying to do. And I think he knows that, right? I think he absolutely knows that for sure. I know. I want to be at the ocean too, Sarah. All right. I'm going to get off here. So be you, do you, get feisty if you need to. Sorry if I got a little loud on this live. And thank you to Jen again for putting that out, letting me be a part of it, and listening to it on my channel. Yeah, consider being a member for me and Degenerate Lost. And yeah. So I don't know if it was good conversation. So thank you guys so much for the conversation. And yeah, it's a movie. Even Ernie said that his movie is over. His movie isn't over. He lives in his own head, right? Mr. Ego, take a... Hey, he's close to the ocean, lurking. He is absolutely close to the ocean. Carrie, thank you so much. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. You know, if I was a millionaire girl, you would be hooked right up for sure. So, Flies, we're praying for you. Hope you're starting to feel a little bit better. All right. The mouse praying for you. Love you, Pat Wicks. I don't know who I'm leaving out, but thank you guys. Peace out, and I will catch you later.